Happy Sunday, everyone, as we are back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network for Game 2 in this two-game set between your Woodchucks and the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Hello, everyone. I'm Charlton. Happy to be with you today on this Sunday afternoon. It's 5:05 Eastern Time as we are here in Kokomo, Indiana, where the Chucks will look to even things out and split this two-game set after falling 6-5 last night in walk-off fashion. Wausau, another extra inning game this season where they were 3-0 in extras prior to last night. We're up 5-4 in the ninth. A run comes home off an RBI sac fly for the Jackrabbits. They tie the game. Woodchucks held scoreless in the 10th, and then Kokomo able to walk it off a wild pitch in the bottom of the 10th. For a final score of 6-5, Jackrabbits over the Woodchucks. Today, leading off for Wausau will be Brady Jurgella, and he's facing off against pitcher Steven Schisler. Jurgella swings at the first pitch he sees, swings it into shallow center field, but will be caught by left fielder Nolan Christensen. One pitch, one out for the Chucks. Jurgella will be followed by Jesse Donahoe, Drew Berkland, Colby Wallace, Mike McGinnis, Brent Witter, Colin Brigham, Jake Baker, and the second baseman Brennan Holt will round it out. Besides Nolan Christensen in the outfield, Carson Hesser is in center for Kokomo, Brock Boynton in right. As Schisler will pitch to Jesse Donahoe, first pitch from the right-handed pitcher Schisler in there for strike one on a fastball. The corners are manned by Isaac Bonner at third, Philip Sorota at first, Noah Christensen at shortstop, Tyler Cate at second base behind the plate, Elias Fiddler, and then Steven Schisler on the mound. 0-2 to Donahoe. And a low outside breaking ball is taken. Donahoe, the Georgia State Panther, had a hit last night. 1-2, swung at foul by Jesse Donahoe, who reached 3 times total last night and had an RBI. 1 for 4 with 2 walks and an RBI. Or 3 walks, rather. 1 for 3 with 3 walks and RBI. We'll try the 1-2 again between Schisler and Donahoe. Donahoe fouls it off down the left field line. Steven Schisler, the 5'10 right-hander from Nova Southeastern University, and by way of Pembroke Pines, Florida. And he'll try the 1-2 again. And takes that one low on a changeup. Counts 2-2. Two, 1 out. And Donahoe hits this one into right center field, and he has a single here in the first. And he'll be stopped over there by first base coach Hudson Bilodeau. And the Chucks are on the board here in the first inning with a hit. Jesse Donahoe 1-out single after Jurgella flew out. And after having a hit last night, Jesse Donahoe now picks up a hit in 5 straight games. And his on-base streak of 8 is now at 9 games. First pitch to Drew Berkland, the catcher tonight for Wausau. He does do some catching, but not as nearly as often as he plays the outfield. So the 1-0 from Schisler to Drew Berkland. Donahoe's off the second, but Berkland swings this one over to the shortstop, Noah Christensen. And because Donahoe was already stealing, it's not a double play, fortunately for Wausau, as Drew Berkland hit a ball that could have certainly been turned 2 if that was the case. So Donahoe now at second base. And Berkland's ground out with 2 outs brings up Colby Wallace, a left fielder from Cal State Fullerton, who's looking to put the Woodchucks on the board with a hit here in the first. He takes first pitch fastball from Schisler for strike 1. Colby Wallace, the Rancho Santa Margarita, California native, playing in his 10th game for Wausau. 0-1 from Schisler. Swung at, through by Colby Wallace. He's down 0-2. Schisler, this season for the Jackrabbits, starting his 3rd game, making his 5th overall appearance, has gone 13 2/3 full so far, 3.29 ERA. As he steps up the mound, that's a disengagement. Comes in with a whip of 1.17 and a .222 batting average against. Wallace takes the 0-2 high and outside on a fastball. Counts 1-2. He's allowed 10 hits on 5 runs, all earned, 6 walks, and has struck out 13. 1-2 to Colby Wallace. And he fouls it off a breaking ball. Big reason for the loss last night for the Woodchucks was the fact that between innings 5, 6, and 7, or 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, they left a total of 13 base runners aboard. Took a 3-0 lead, and then Kokomo would score 6 of the final 9 runs in the game, or 6 of the final 8 runs. 2-2 to Colby Wallace. And Wallace swings through it and is down on swings. He is struck out. And that's the first strikeout of the game for Steven Schisler. Make that 14 on the season. Nothing on the board for Wausau besides a hit by Jesse Donahoe. 0-0 heading into the bottom of the first here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Bottom of the first inning coming your way here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. As Logan Dansizen, the starting pitcher for the Woodchucks out there, facing off against the leadoff man Noah Christensen. And Christensen into foul territory. First baseman Colin Brigham will catch it on a foul pop-out. And that is how a quick first out of the game is recorded for the Woodchucks on defense. Let's meet the rest of it. Mentioned Colin Brigham at first base, Brennan Holtz at second, Jesse Donahoe at shortstop, and Mike McGinnis at third base. Behind the dishes, Drew Berkland. In the outfield from left to right is Colby Wallace, Brady Jurgella, and Jake Baker. Ground ball to Brennan Holt off Nolan Christensen's bat. Don't get those two confused. They're not related. One of them is last name Christensen, the other Christensen. And they both have names that start with the letter N. In fact, they're very similar, Noah and Nolan. If I trip up at all today, folks, I apologize. Just I'm giving you a warning in advance that I might get one of those two names flip-flopped here at some point today. And now with 2 quick outs against the arm of Logan Dan Zeisen. Carson Hesser, the center fielder, will be looking to get the offense working here. 1-0. And that was in there on a fastball from Dan Zeisen. Carson Hesser takes a changeup low and outside. 2-1 count. The Northern State product from Wahoo, Nebraska. 2-1. Swung at foul, 2-2 count. Dan Zeisen, the former Purdue Boilermaker, as he's now heading to Toledo University in the Mid-American Conference after a couple of years at Purdue, which is very close here in Kokomo, actually. West Lafayette, Indiana, a little less than 45 minutes away here from Kokomo. Payoff pitch, 2 outs. Swung at in the air into left field, and Colby Wallace will see it go into his glove. Logan Dan Zeisen starting out the way he definitely wants to, as it is a quick 1-2-3, and we're still scoreless through the first frame here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. We'll be back for the top of the second here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Scoreless first inning, just like last night here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, as Steven Schisler and the Jackrabbit defense back out there to face off against 5, 6, 7 in the batting order for the Woodchucks, starting off with a third baseman from Georgia State, Mike McGinnis. Takes first pitch fastball, and the 0-1 is swung at through on a changeup for strike 2. Mike McGinnis from Noonan, Georgia, playing in his 23rd game, starting his 22nd. And that one is hit underneath the glove of Christensen. And to Christensen in left field. Leadoff single here in the second, and the second hit of the game on the board for the Chucks. Mike McGinnis starts off this second inning in the best way you possibly can, getting on base. I mean, I guess the best way you possibly can would be hitting a home run, but in nearly the best way you can. I'll say that instead. Leadoff single brings up Brent Witter, who is wearing number 22 today as opposed to number 2. So still just sticking with the 2s. believe it was a laundry issue. That's the reason why he's wearing 22 today. 1-0 from Schisler to the Evansville ace, Brent Witter. And Witter right lined into the glove of Christensen at second base, or at shortstop, and the throw back to Philip Sirota at first was fumbled by the Jackrabbit first baseman, so Mike McGinnis nearly getting caught out on a double play. But Brent Witter hitting a hard ball on a liner to Christensen at shortstop. And that is the first out of the inning. Mike McGinnis still over there at first, though, as Colin Brigham, the 6'6" first baseman from Oklahoma State, steps in. And he takes first pitch fastball inside for ball one. Colin Brigham from Smithton, Illinois, played last night at first base as he swings and misses through a breaking ball. Reached 3 different times, 2 walks and an RBI single in the 8th. In fact, the RBI single he had was what gave Wausau the 5-4 lead in the 8th, which obviously would not be enough. And he takes breaking ball in the low half of the strike zone. It's a 1-2 count. Brigham playing in his 9th game for Wausau, batting .225 as Schisler throws it over to Sirota at first base, but nothing doing, trying to check over to Mike McGinnis. 1-2 to Brigham. And a changeup misses low and outside. 2-2 counts. Brigham, 8 hits, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs, 5 walks, 5 runs, currently on a 4-game hit streak. He had 3 doubles in those games, and he hits this one into right center field. Brigham is off to second base, and coming home is Mike McGinnis. Brigham RBI double. Mike McGinnis scores all the way from first base, and Brigham splits the gap between right and center field. Right as I say that he didn't get a double yesterday, he gets one here in the second, and the Chucks put their 3rd hit of the game on the board. RBI double for Colin Brigham. Only one out here in the second, and the Chucks on the board first again today, as Jake Baker, the right fielder in today's game, steps in. The Kansas Jayhawk. 1-0 count from Schisler, and Baker takes it high on a fastball. Jake Baker playing in his 11th game, batting .250 for Wausau. 7 hits, which includes a double and a home run. 5 RBIs, 7 runs scored, 12 walks. He has reached game in every game so far he's played in a Woodchucks jersey. And he takes that one for strike 1. Second of 4 times these teams will meet up this season. Won't be again until July 22nd and 23rd, as Baker nearly takes a half swing, and he does take a half swing. The appeal down to Cree Wallen at third base from home plate umpire Teddy Dutcher was in the favor of the Kokomo Jackrabbits. 2-2 now to Jake Baker, looking to keep the offense working here for Wausau. And Baker fouls it off into the stands along the left side. There was a tornado warning earlier today here in Kokomo, Indiana, but the clouds dispersed and the weather went away for the time being, at least. And now it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here. 2-2. And Baker watches a curveball just barely miss. It looked like that was going to catch the strike zone, but great eye by Jake Baker to not swing at that one. And the count is full. Obviously, you have a different perspective when you're batting as opposed to announcing way up in a press box, but Anyways, we'll try the payoff pitch with 1 out. Baker swings and misses. And he's down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Steven Schisler. And now with Brigman still at second base, his Oklahoma State teammate Brennan Holt will come to the plate. Brennan Holt from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, transfer from LSU to Oklahoma State. And his LSU Tigers playing in the, or I guess his former LSU Tigers playing in the College World Series Championship Series against Florida. And he takes ball 1 from Steven Schisler. 1-0, 2 outs. Holt takes that one outside. And in case you were wondering about that Florida LSU game, it's all Gators. They're up 13-3. Well on their way to forcing a championship game 3 tomorrow. 2-0. And Brennan Holt takes that one on the lower half on a fastball for strike 1. 2-1 count to Brennan Holt, who's playing in his 8th game, starting his 7th for Wausau, batting .130 with 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 3 walks, 4 runs, and 4 stolen bases. 2-1. Taken inside. 3-1 count. As on deck is the top of the order and Brady Jurgella if Brennan Holt is able to get on base. Brock Moss felt like this could be the big offense game that the Chucks have been waiting to see these past few games. 3-1, and Holt fouls it back on an elevated fastball. He was also telling me pregame that he was looking for 3 solid innings at least to start the game for Logan Danzeisen, who's making his first start in a long time. Only was a bullpen reliever for Purdue. Only made 5 total appearances this past spring with the Boilermakers. 3-2, 2 outs to Brennan Holt, and it misses outside. Brennan Holt, first walk of the game. And now with runners on first and second, up to the plate comes Brady Jurgella. For the second time in the same amount of innings, Jurgella looking to increase this 1-0 lead for the Chucks. First pitch from Schisler in there on a curveball for strike 1. Jurgella, who flew out on the very first pitch of the game to Carson Hesser in center field. The 0-1 swung through on another breaking ball for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count with Jurgella looking to keep the offense moving here for Wausau. Looking to avoid leaving runners stranded again. Like I mentioned, 13 base runners stranded between the 5th and 8th innings for Wausau. 0-2. Jurgella into center field and played on a hop by Carson Hesser. Coming home is Colin Brigman, and he scores. RBI single for Brady Jurgella, 2-zip Chucks. Jurgella brings on home Brigman. 4th hit of the game on the board for Wausau. Looking to avoid a 3-game losing streak after losing back-to-back games 10-2 to Lakeshore 2 nights ago, and last night here in Kokomo 6-5 in extra innings. First pitch to Jesse Donahoe in there on a fastball in the lower half. 0-1. Got a lot of implications working here in the Great Lakes West Division, which Wausau currently tied for first place in. And Jesse Donahoe grounds one foul down the first base line. For strike 2, an 0-2 count. 12-14 Kokomo Jackrabbits and the 15-12 Wausau Woodchucks. That 15-12 record, good for a tie of first place in the Great Lakes West. Wisconsin Rapids already winning today over Battle Creek. They're now 15-12 as well. 0-2. Donahoe fouls it off. Donahoe had the first initial hit of the game for the Chucks back in the first. He's looking to go 2 for 2 and keep the offense working. Jesse Donahoe from Columbus, Georgia, as Schisler steps off the mound. Had his 24th hit of the season for the Chucks in the first inning. 25 would be a big one here. 0-2. Donahoe takes high fastball. His 24, and Brennan Holt was heading toward third base, but Elias Fiddler caught on at the last second. And the throw back to Christensen at shortstop away from the bag, so Brennan Holt back to second safely. That was a really odd thing that just happened there. One, two outs. Donahoe looking to keep the offense alive. And Donahoe comes through, and it was a drop third strike. That one gets away from catcher Elias Fiddler. That ball got away from the Jackrabbits catcher, and coming all the way from second to score on a drop third strike errant throw is Brennan Holt. I have never seen that before. Elias Fiddler, the catcher for Kokomo, did not think the ball was dropped, and the throw to Sirota at first base was well away from the Jackrabbit first baseman. So Donahoe reaches to first on a drop third strike and advances on error to second base. 3-0 Wausau. That was hard to explain because obviously this is a radio call as Drew Berkland skies the first ball he sees into foul territory. Sirota is there in foul territory to make the grab. But Wausau adds 3 runs, and the third being the most unconventional run you'll see. I'm not going to say ever, but it might be up there. Drop third strike and an errant throw scores Brennan Holt from second base, and they put up 3 in the second. 3-0 Wausau into the bottom of the second here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Chucks put up 3 in the top of the second inning and lead it 3-0 over the Jackrabbits. Logan Dan Zeisen and the Chucks defense facing off against 4, 5, 6 in the order for Kokomo, as that one fouled off by leadoff batter Caden Hayslip from Alabama, making his first appearance of the season for Kokomo. 0-1 from Dan Zeisen. Fastball's outside. Dan Zeisen came into this one with only 1 appearance for Wausau this summer, going 2 full against Wisconsin Rapids in the 11-5 win last Monday. 1-1. Hayslip fouls it off and is down 1-2. Gave 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A couple walks and a strikeout to the Rafters, but did pick up the win in that 11-5 win before the Chucks would explode on offense. 1-2. And that one is taken low on a changeup. 2-2 counts from Dan Zeisen to Camden Hayslip. And he fouls that one off again. But like mentioned earlier, Wisconsin Rapids improving their record of 15-12, taking down the Battle Creek Battlejacks 13-3. That's where Wausau will be heading tomorrow to face off against the Battlejacks for 2 in Michigan. Just under 3 hours north of Kokomo, Indiana here, so another bus ride on the 6-game road trip for the Chucks. Payoff pitch to Hayslip. And it's a breaking ball. Logan Dan Zeisen gets him. And that is the first strikeout of the game. 4 up, 4 down for Logan Dan Zeisen, who, like mentioned, only made 5 appearances with Purdue this past spring. 6.23 ERA, 1.85 whip, only went 4 1/3 pitched. Struck out 6, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. Walked 3 and had a .294 opposing batting average. Philip Sirota, the first baseman up for Kokomo, who are back in their normal home cream jerseys, as they were wearing those Halloween-themed ones last night. Still don't get what the deal with that was, but every team has their own promotions, so who am I to judge? 1-1 to Sirota. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. He's down 1-2. Logan Dan Zeisen looking for a 5th straight retire batted. Or batter retired. Jeez. Even announcers aren't perfect, folks. Sirota fouls that one off. It'll stay 1-2. And Dan Zeisen delivers again. Sirota down the third base line. That's going into left field. Sirota will be off to second base as Colby Wallace plays it underneath the wall. Sirota will be held up at second. That's a standing up double with 1 out in the first hit of the game for the Jackrabbits. Sirota picking up his 3rd double of the season and overall his 12th hit there. Came in batting .289 to this one. That brings up the second baseman tonight, Tyler Cate, who's playing in his 23rd game, batting .287 with 25 hits, 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, and 17 walks. Tyler Cate, the shortstop last night for Kokomo, takes that one for ball 1 on a low pitch from Dan Zeisen. Cate had a single and a walk last night. 1 for 3. 1-0. And a fastball in the upper half for strike 1. Tyler Cate. The 1-1. Ripped up down the middle off the foot of Dan Zeisen. It'll chuck it over to Brigham at first base for out number 2. Dan Zeisen was ready to field that one with his feet. Went off his left heel, I believe it was. And he will get the assist of 1-3 on the ground out. So now 2 outs. Kokomo looking to avoid stranding Philip Sirota, who had the double, the first hit of the game. And coming up will be Brock Boynton. Brock Boynton, the right fielder, takes ball 1. 1-0 from Dan Zeisen. And that one clips the strikes on a fastball. 1-1 count to Brock Boynton, who was the left fielder last night and the 9-hitter, batting in the 7th spot today for Kokomo. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup from Dan Zeisen. Reached 3 different times last night. Was 1 for 2. 2 walks, a run, a stolen base. And then a 7th inning single for Boynton in the 9 spot of last night's game. 1-2, 2 outs. Over into the glove of Brennan Holt. Played on a hop. 4-3 between the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And that is how the inning ends. Wausau, after allowing the double by Philip Sirota, strands him at third and lead it 3-zip after 2 full innings here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. We'll be back for the third when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Wausau lead of 3-zip here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, as the Chucks will look to split this 2-game set with the Jackrabbits. Colby Wallace down the first baseline, fumbled by Sirota, but is able to end up getting a handle on it and chucking it over to Schisler, who came over from the pitching mound to cover the bag. Second time retired for Colby Wallace, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Mike McGinnis. Mike McGinnis singled in the second and was the first run scored of 3 in the 3-run frame for the Chucks. First pitch from Schisler clips the bottom part of the strike zone for strike 1 on a breaking ball. 0-1, 1 out. And another breaking ball misses outside to Mike McGinnis, who was playing in his 23rd game, starting his 22nd for Wausau. 1-1. McGinnis over to Christensen at shortstop and has fumbled the ball. Second error of the game on the board for the Jackrabbits, and Mike McGinnis is on for the second time. E6 given to Noah Christensen. The first error came in the second inning, which scored Brennan Holt. Off the drop third strike by Jesse Donahoe. Which still, I will say, is one of the more strange things I've ever seen in a baseball game. But fortunately, it worked out in Wausau's favor heavily. 0-1 to Brent Witter, who's up for the second time. Witter had a hard line out to Noah Christensen in his last at-bat. 1-1. Mike McGinnis is off to second base. Got a great jump of it. Not even worth the throw by Elias Fiddler. Easy stolen base for the third baseman today for Wausau. And the double play ball is out of effect with 1 out here in the third. 1-2 between Schisler and Brent Witter. Brent Witter, the DH today for Wausau. Usually playing third base. That today is Mike McGinnis's duty. The Sheboygan, Wisconsin native Brent Witter. Playing in his 14th game, making his 14th start, batting .294 with 15 hits, a double, 6 RBIs, 10 runs, 10 walks, and a couple stolen bases. 2-2. Witter swings and misses on an elevated fastball. And that is out number 2 here in the third. Colin Brigham will come up for the second time. A double in the second. An RBI double scoring Mike McGinnis. Splitting the gap in right center field. First pitch from Schisler. Low on a breaking ball. Slider. One 0. And Brigham swings and misses. Fouls off. That pitch for strike one into the glove of catcher Elias Fiddler. And Schisler, the Nova Southeastern man, looking to keep this a 3-0 ball game. 1-1 to Brigham. Misses low on a changeup. Two 2-1. Brigham picking up his 4th double of the season. Now his 4 doubles in the last 5 games played. And a fastball misses inside. It's a 3-1 count to the Smithton, Illinois native. Transferred to Oklahoma State from Johnson County Community College in Kansas, where he was all-conference and all-region in 2022. Brigham down the first base line, but just fouled. That stayed fair. That had extra bases written all over it again. It'll stay a 3-2 count. Jake Baker on deck, if they're able to get there. Mike McGinnis off to third, and a towering fly ball down the right field line. It'll go into foul territory, but Brock Boynton is there to make the grab for out number 3. And that is how the inning will end. Wausau, after Mike McGinnis reaches on air, do not add another run. But it's still 3-zip into the bottom of the third here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Welcome back to the Woodchucks Baseball Network. It's the bottom of the third inning. Will Charlton with you as Isaac Bonner, the 8-hitter, leading things off after Logan Dan Zeisen has retired 6 of 7 batters faced so far in his first 2 innings. 0-1 to Bonner. And that's now an 0-2 count, fastball clipping the outer half of the strike zone. Isaac Bonner, the third baseman today for Kokomo. From the University of Sioux Falls, ground ball over to Jesse Donahoe, who grounds it and plays it, makes the throw to Colin Brigham for out number 1. Dan Zeisen only has 1 strikeout so far, but has really made nice work of this order besides the double out of Philip Sirota in the second. Elias Fiddler, the 9-hitter and catcher, up for Kokomo, as a breaking ball misses just outside off the arm of Dan Zeisen. Elias Fiddler playing in his 17th game, batting .265, and he swings and misses on a breaking ball. 9 hits for Fiddler, 1 double, 3 RBIs, has been walked 11 times, has an on-base percentage of .490. And Fiddler takes another breaking ball in there for strike 2. Dan Zeisen really working the breaking ball nicely so far today. 1-2 to Fiddler. And Dan Zeisen goes fastball, but just misses the low outside corner. 2-2. And if he's able to get through this inning, he will do all that Brock Moss asked of him. 3 scoreless innings of baseball, he told me he wanted out of Dan Zeisen today. 2-2. And it's outside. Made that a 3-2 count with 1 out to Elias Fiddler. Elias Fiddler from Phoenix College and the native of Durango, Colorado. And a breaking ball. A slider just misses inside. And Elias Fiddler is off to first base of the first walk allowed by Logan Dan Zeisen. Only the second base runner allowed the whole game as well. And now Noah Christensen, who does not wear batting gloves. And a fastball gets way away from Dan Zeisen. And a wild pitch will put Elias Fiddler at second base. The double play ball out of effect. And a 1-0 count coming to Noah Christensen, the shortstop today. Playing in his 21st game, came in batting .297, and he takes the first strike. 1-1 count. Christensen, 2 singles in last night's game. Reached a total of 3 times. Was the first base runner allowed by Ethan Pecco yesterday. 1-1. And a fastball misses inside. 2-1 to Christensen. One of 3 members of the University of Sioux Falls on this team, along with Tyler Cate and Isaac Bonner. 2-1 with Fiddler at second. And the breaking ball misses inside. 3-1 counts. Dan Zeisen looking to avoid walking back-to-back batters. Walks allowed have been a big problem for the Woodchucks bullpen as of late. 3-1. And it's a fastball that is in there for strike 2. Dan Zeisen, the Sylvania, Ohio native, heading back toward home, pitching for Toledo next year. Payoff, 1 out. Dan Zeisen throws inside fastball, and that's back-to-back walks now. And pitching coach Ross Davis is going to head out there to have a chat with Dan Zeisen. As the whole infield will congregate at the pitching mound. But that gives us a chance to talk about those standings in the Great Lakes West Division for just a moment. Heading into today, it was a 3-way tie between Madison, these Woodchucks in the Green Bay Rockers atop for first place. And now since Wisconsin Rapids won today already, all 4 teams have a 15-12 record. After Wausau swept Madison on Wednesday in the doubleheader, they have won 3 straight. And besides those 2 games, we're on a 3-game win streak heading into that one. So they're 7-3 in the last 10. And like I mentioned yesterday, if you win the first half, you make an automatic bid to the playoffs in the Northwoods League. So the final few games here is a bunt placed down by Nolan Christensen. And Mike McGinnis able to make the throw to Brigham in time. That was a really good bunt by Nolan Christensen, advancing both runners in Fiddler and Christensen. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Carson Hesser looking to put first couple of runs on the board for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. And first pitch fastball outside to Hesser. Carson Hesser, the center fielder tonight for Kokomo. 1-0. And that one's in there for a strike on an elevated fastball. 1-1. Two outs on the board. Wausau looking to keep a 3-0 lead through 3. And a curveball is in there for strike 2. 1-2 count. And now Dan Zeisen can maybe work with a pitch or two, but you have a lead of 3 zips. So I wouldn't be shocked if he just goes right at him with a fastball to try and get him swinging. 1-2. 2 outs. Dan Zeisen goes just outside and does go fastball. Getting loose in the bullpen and stretching currently looks to be Brian Ranke, the left-hander from Richmond University. 2-2, 2 outs. Down the first base line, stopped by Brigham, and he'll chuck it over to Dan Zeisen for out number 3. And that is how the inning ends. Wausau strands 2 base runners in scoring position for the Jackrabbits and lead it 3-zip through 3 full here in Kokomo. We'll be back with the 4th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Three-zero lead for the Chucks through 3 full as they're looking to split this 2-game set with the Jackrabbits. They went 1-1 here at Municipal Stadium in 2021, the last time they made the trip down here to north central Indiana, more so central Indiana. Lost the first game, then won the second game by a score of 5-0. Jake Baker up here for the second time. Facing off against Steven Schisler is into his fourth inning of work. But the 3-run frame for the Chucks in the second, being all the runs scored so far as Baker takes breaking ball low for ball 1, or ball 2 rather, 2-0 count. Field manager Brock Moss looking to win his first game on the road against a Great Lakes East team this season. And Wausau, who fell to 5-7 on the road overall, or 5-8 rather, looking to win their 6th game of the season on the road. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, strike 1 to Jake Baker. Wausau 10-4 at home, 5-8 on the road after losing 6-5 to Kokomo yesterday. 2-2. Baker line into the glove of Tyler Cate at second base for out number 1. And that is how the inning will start for the Woodchucks. And now up will be Brennan Holt. Brennan Holt, the Oklahoma State Cowboy, batting in the 9-hole once again today. First pitch, foul tip into the glove of Fiddler behind the plate. Brennan Holt was in the 9 spot yesterday and only reached once after being 0 for 4 prior to that. It was an error in the 9th he reached on. 0-1 is low on a fastball from Steven Schisler. One out. And that one is a well-hit ball into foul territory by Brennan Holt. Went into the playground that's actually here at Municipal Stadium. So that'll be strike 1. And then this one is hit into shallow left center, but coming way over there to make the grab is Carson Hesser. He had to make a long track for that one, but he makes the grab. And now with 2 up and 2 down, the top of the order, and Brady Jurgella steps back in for the 3rd time. Jurgella, RBI single in the 2nd, and a first pitch flyout in the 1st against Steven Schisler, who had gone 13 2/3 prior to this outing today in 3 starts and 4 appearances, or 2 starts rather. Ground ball to Tyler Cate at second, and Jurgella just barely is beat out on the throw, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Jackrabbits on defense. 3-0 Wausau as we're heading into the bottom of the 4th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Brian Ranke will come into the game for the Chucks.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Bottom of the 4th inning here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Brian Reinke comes in after 3 full innings by Logan Danzeisen. And Reinke's coming in for his 5th appearance. 3.12 ERA with a 1.5 walks and hits per innings pitched straight. Has gone 8 2/3 so far. 10 strikeouts, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 8 walks, and an opposing batting average of 179. His first pitch on a high fastball to ball 1 to Camden Hayslip, who struck out in his first at-bat this summer in the Northwoods League against Danzeisen. 1-0. And that one's fouled off for strike 1. Camden Hayslip, who just arrived in Kokomo yesterday, swings at a breaking ball from Reinke, fouls it off way ahead of it, and now he's down 1-2 in the count. Hayslip from Lebanon, Tennessee, and swings it and fouls off another first pitch fastball down by first base coach Sonny Sunigal for Kokomo. At third base for the Jackrabbits is Austin Alexander, who also goes out to do the pitching mound visits. And Reinke's fastball misses outside, 2-2 count to Camden Hayslip, the 6'2" left-handed batter who just finished up his sophomore season with the Alabama Crimson Tide. 2-2. Fouled off again. Richmond Spider, Brian Reinke from Hoynier Falls, New York. 10 appearances with 2 starts, a 1-1 record, and an 8.1 ERA this past spring. In Richmond, Virginia. 2-2. Swing and a miss by Hayslip. Reinke comes in and strikes out the first batter he sees. Hayslip struck out for a second time today in the same amount of at-bats. Reinke picks up his 11th strikeout of the season. And now Philip Sirota up to the plate for the second time. He had the double, the first hit of the game against Logan Danzeisen, who did as Brock Moss wished. Went 3 full innings, not allowing a single run. And now he'll leave it to Brian Reinke to try and continue it. His 0-1 misses outside on a off-speed. And the count is 1-1 from Reinke to Sirota. Sirota, the Wichita, Kansas native, swings through a breaking ball by Reinke. Philip Sirota from Highland Community College in Kansas, the right-handed batter, playing first base today. 1-2 from Reinke, way outside. Gets well away from Berkland behind the plate. Thankfully, no base runners, as if there was one, he'd be able to easily advance there. Sirota will await the 2-2 from Reinke. And that one gets away from Berkland as well. Misses inside. Berkland only seeing action behind the plate for the 3rd time this season. Usually it's a rotation of Jake English, Drew Stengren, and Jacob Schroeder, who we'll talk about in just a moment, as Reinke makes Sirota swing and miss, and Drew Berkland will send it over to Colin Brigham at first base. Drop third strikeout for Reinke, his second of the inning. But like I was
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
3-0 lead for Wausau. Into the sixth we go here in Kokomo. New pitcher in the game for the Jackrabbits, number 36, Quentin Pahorski. Pahorski from Cabrillo College and a native of San Jose, California. First pitching off against Brent Witter. And his fastball's in there for Brent for strike one to Brent Witter. Witter 0 for 2. Pahorski, the first batter faced after 5 full from Steven Schisler, who allowed the 3 runs on 5 hits. 2-1 from Pahorski, lined into the glove once again of Christensen at shortstop. And Brent Witter has hit one right back into his glove twice now today. 2 L6s in the scorebook for Brent Witter. That's just unfortunate. And he had a bit of a grimacing look on his face of disappointment after that line out as Colin Brigham steps in for the third time. 1 for 2 with the RBI double in the second. And he waits on a breaking ball from Pahorski, but fouls it off. And this one grounded in the infield on a 1-1. Will be a tough play as Pahorski gets to the bag late, and it gets away on the throw over from Tyler Cate, who came over to try and make the play in time, but did not get it to Pahorski, as that one ended up hitting Brigham in the helmet on the throw. I guarantee that didn't feel too good. And they're going to say that is the 6th hit of the game for Wausau. So Colin Brigham, his 2nd hit of the game. So now with a 1-out base runner for the Chucks in Colin Brigham, who also came around to score the 2nd of 3 in the second. Coming to the plate is Jake Baker once again, who takes first pitch breaking ball from Pahorski. Quentin Pahorski, who's making his 8th appearance overall with a 1-1 record, has pitched 15 full innings so far for Kokomo. Comes with an ERA of 3.6 and a whip of 1.53, and a fastball given to Jake Baker in the lefty-lefty matchup has him down 0-2. Given up 13 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 10 walks, and 12 strikeouts. 0-2 to Baker, who fouls it off on a fastball. Last outing came on June 21st against the Rockford Rivets. Where he went 3 full, giving up 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Also picking up the win against the Rivets on June 21st. He still got Jake Baker down 0-2. And Baker takes that one up in the zone on a changeup and goes down looking. Second strikeout of the game for Jake Baker, who has reached base in every game he's played in for Wausau. And with it being the top of the 6th, he's got to hope for one more plate appearance to try and keep that on-base streak going, as he has seen base in every game this season he's played in. Brennan Holt, the 9-hitter, up for the 3rd time. A walk and a flyout, 0 for 1. He also scored a run. And he takes first pitch, ball 1, the left-handed hitting second baseman for Oklahoma State. And a fastball's in there from Pohorski for strike 1. Pohorski 6'5", 225. Left-hander. And a bunt is put down by Brennan Holt, but not in time. Holt fouls that one off again. And the count will stay 1-2. Okay, we had a roster error for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. This is not Quentin Pohorski. This is Eric Perez, number 36. Eric Perez for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. It says number 36 on the roster is Quentin Pohorski. But pitching is currently Eric Perez for the Kokomo Jackrabbits, a left-hander from Phoenix College and a native of Phoenix, Arizona. And a breaking ball misses inside, and it's a 3-2 count now to Brennan Holt. Perez, as off to second base goes Colin Brigham. It was 3-2 anyway, so he was running, and he is now in there at second after it was a walk given to Brennan Holt, the second walk of the game to the Oklahoma State Cowboy, and both Cowboys are aboard. And with 2 outs comes the top of the order and Brady Jurgella. This appears to be the first outing of the season for Eric Perez. No stats so far with the Jackrabbits. 0-1 to Jurgella. Jurgella over to Tyler Cate at second base. He fumbles it, but the throw's still in time to Sirota at first base. So with base runners at second and first, Jurgella grounds out for the second time today and is retired for the 3rd time. It's still 3-zip Wausau after 5.5 here in Kokomo. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th and Ryan Ranke coming back out to the pitching mound when we return here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Well, Charlton with you here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network as Brian Ranke out for the third inning of work. Struck out 6 of 7 batters faced so far. And he's facing off against Nolan Christensen for the first time. 0-1. Make that 0-2 on a swinging breaking ball. Every out so far that Brian Ranke has recorded has been a strikeout. And he's looking to keep it going against Nolan Christensen here. 0-2. And Ranke goes right at him, and Christensen fouls it off. Nolan Christensen from Dordt University and a native of Omaha, Nebraska. 0-2. And that one just misses inside on a fastball. Quite literally just misses. I mean, maybe an inch at most outside of the strike zone. 1-2. Ranke, breaking ball, swung right back to Brian Ranke, and that is a 7th batter and 8 retired by the Richmond Spider. First non-strikeout, which is crazy to say. 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings pitched so far, with only 1 hit allowed. And it wasn't really even a hit, it was a bunt single. So Brian Ranke has been near perfect so far on the mound. First pitch now to Carson Hesser in a lefty-lefty matchup is outside on a fastball. Ball 1. But Brian Ranke came into this outing with only 10 strikeouts and has 6 today alone. 1-0. And that is a beautiful slider by Brian Ranke. Started looking like it might hit Carson Hesser, then just dropped into the strike zone. 1-1. Ranke goes fastball in there for strike 2. The Richmond Spider from upstate New York is having himself a day so far. 1-2. Grounded into right field. Right as I say, they lets up his second hit of the game. As Carson Hesser waited on his slider and grounded it into Jake Baker in right field. And now with 1 out and a runner on first base, Camden Hayslip steps in. He's struck out twice so far today, 0 for 2. First pitch from Ranke, swung at, fouled back on a fastball. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Brian Ranke pitched in 16 2/3 innings with Richmond this past season. Struck out 14 as that one misses low for ball 1. Gave up 27 hits, 25 runs, 15 earned, 14 walks, and an opposing batting average of .360. 1-1. And Ranke goes fastball outside. Looked like it could have been like a pitch out type of throw as Carson Hesser got a pretty big lead at first base. Ranke went a season high 4 innings pitched against Davidson on May 20th. As Carson Hesser is headed to second base. Berkland's throw to Jesse Donahoe won't be in time. Stolen base for Hesser, but that was strike 2 given on a fastball. That was a good jump on the throw by Carson Hesser. Brian Ranke also got his 1 win of the season in that outing against Davidson. He had a season-high 4 strikeouts in an outing on April 1st against St. Joseph's. As his 2-2 is fouled back by Camden Hayslip, the DH tonight, batting cleanup for the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Member of the Great Lakes East, who currently still sits in 4th place in the Great Lakes East, behind Traverse City, Kalamazoo, and Kenosha. 2-2. And a breaking ball misses just high. Full count. Brian Reinke looking to complete his third full inning of work. 3-2. Swing and a miss by Hayslip. 7th strikeout for Brian Reinke. Hayslip down for a third time swinging. And now with 2 outs, looking to avoid giving up this 3-0 lead. Wausau, their last win here at Municipal Stadium came in 2021, a 5-0 shutout win in the second game of the set against Kokomo. Looking to have a repeat performance just like that today. Reinke facing off against the right-hitting Philip Sirota, who takes first pitch fastball high for ball 1. Sirota was the second hitter faced by Reinke in this outing of 2 2/3 so far, and struck out on a drop third. Inside fastball for ball 2. As Brock Moss is going to make a pitching change, it looks like. Usually when Brock Moss comes out to the mound, it is signaling for a pitching change. And he's just coming out there to give some confidence to Brian Reinke, I think. It's very rare to see Brock Moss be the one to go out there and talk to a pitcher. Don't see that very often ever. It's usually Ross Davis, the pitching coach. Brock Moss only goes out there to usually make a pitching change. As Brian Reinke will resume a 2-0 count against Philip Sirota. 2-0. In there on a slider. And Sirota now dealing with a 2-1 count off the left hand of Brian Reinke. Hessler still at second. 2-1. And that one misses inside on a slider. 3-1 count. Reinke looking to avoid giving up a third base runner of this outing. The 3-1. Fastball swung at foul back by Sirota. And now it's a full count with 2 outs. Reinke looking to retire the side. Payoff. 2 outs. Reinke fastball swung at in foul territory. Brigham's looking at it and catches it. And Brian Reinke has gone 3 full, only allowing 2 hits, both singles, and has 7 strikeouts. What an outing, if that is it for Brian Reinke, as Philip Sirota flies out into foul territory. 3 zip chucks through 6 here in Kokomo. We'll be back for the 7th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Top of the 7th inning, and Eric Perez resuming his outing into his 2nd inning of work, facing off against Jesse Donahoe, the leadoff man here in the 7th for the Chucks. After Brian Ranke has gone the last 3 innings, striking out 7, only allowing 2 hits. If that is it for Ranke, as it looks like Nick Shuddy was warming up pretty heavily in the bullpen, have yourself a day, Mr. Richmond Spider. And Donahoe has taken 3 balls off the left-handed arm of Eric Perez. (3-0). Donahoe takes it for strike 1 on the inside half of the strike zone. Donahoe, who had a single in the first and a reach on drop third strike in the second. Chopper over to Tyler Cade at second base, and he grounds out there for the 2nd time today. Andrew Berkland, who is 0 for 3 looking for his first hit, who had 3 hits yesterday, all 3 singles, but did have 2 RBIs. Seeing the plate for the 4th time, Berkland. Very streaky hitter. When he's had a hit in a game, he has usually had more than 1, but if you go back to the game against Lakeshore on Friday night, he did not have a hit, and his reach on base was a walk. So he has a on-base streak as Drew Berkland fouls that one off. Drew Berkland's on-base streak comes in at 8 games, so he's 0 for 3 and has not reached yet today. Looking to change that. And if you look at the last 7 games total, he has 12 hits, which is good for 20 on the season. So 12 hits in the last 7 games, including 3 last night. And he is looking at a 1-1 count from Perez. And that is a high changeup that gets away from the left-hander. 2-1 count. Make that 3-1. And the pitch from Perez. Outside. And Drew Berkland's on-base streak of 8 games will reach to 9. As he is the first base runner here in the 7th, a 1-out base runner. Bringing up Colby Wallace, who had a triple in the 5th. The first extra base hit. Or the 2nd extra base hit of the game for the Chucks. And the 2nd triple of the season. And Colby Wallace just got hit on the hand by Perez. So Colby Wallace now on base in back-to-back plate appearances. That one is not going to feel good. That hit his hand, it looked like. And now with runners on first and second and 1 out comes Mike McGinnis, who has a single, a reach on air, a stolen base, and a run. So he's 1 for 3. And his reaches on air, of course, go as an 0 for 1 plate appearance. And McGinnis takes first pitch fastball for strike 1. Mike McGinnis picked up his 14th hit earlier in the game. Could pick up another RBI. Ground ball over to Isaac Bonner at third base. And the Jackrabbits turn 2 to end the inning. 5-4-3 is how they do it, as Bonner picked it up on the ground ball over to him. And Wausau still unable to add a run, but still lead 3-0 through 6.5. It's time to stretch here at Municipal Park. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Chucks still. We'll be back for the bottom half of this inning when we return here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But 1 person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of 1.
buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Brian Ranke's day is over after going 3 full innings, only allowing 2 hits, but striking out 7. And into the game comes Nick Shuddy from Western Kentucky University. And he's facing off against Tyler Cate. First pitch fastball low for ball 1 to Cate, who's 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th. That bunt single against Brian Ranke. And he hits this one over to Brennan Hull at second base, played in a hop. And it's a 4-3 for out number 1 here in the 7th. Nick Shuddy from Louisville, Kentucky, making his 5th appearance. 0-1 record, 5.68 ERA, 1.89 whip. Has gone 6 1/3 pitched. Striking out 5, giving up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, and has an opposing batting average of .259. His last outing came against Madison in this 8-7 win. He only allowed 1 run, which was a home run. As taking a hit by pitch was Brock Boynton, but he put his shoulder into the strike zone and tried to sell it that he was hit by a pitch on a slider by Nick Shuddy, but home plate umpire Teddy Dutcher making the correct call, saying that he put his shoulder into the strike zone, and instead of a hit by pitch, it's now strike 1. So Brock Boynton trying to be slick, but doesn't get away with it. Puts a bunt down the third base line. Mike McGinnis will field it and pull a quick trigger over to first base, but the throw is not in time, as that'll be a bunt single for Brock Boynton, as Mike McGinnis was not ready for the bunt. Second bunt single of the game for the Jackrabbits. Nick Shuddy, like mentioned, his last appearance coming against Madison. He went 3 full in that outing, only allowing 3 hits, and the 1 run being a home run given up to Jake Goolsby, which at the time made it a 7-4 lead for the Mallards, but they weren't able to keep that, as first pitch strike given to a pinch hitter, Luis Pimentel Guerrero, who's pinch hitting for Isaac Bonner. So Pimentel Guerrero, the Xavier University product, seeing action for the first time. Drew Berkland dropped the ball, and off to second goes Brock Boynton. And it's a 1-1 count to Pimentel Guerrero. Nick Shuddy's loss came against Green Bay on June 13th, a 6-4 loss at Athletic Park for the Woodchucks, as the breaking ball just misses outside to Pimentel Guerrero. And Drew Berkland is going to head out to discuss with Nick Shuddy. Shuddy made 11 appearances with 2 starts this past season at Western Kentucky. Just finished up his freshman season with the Hilltoppers. Went 1-1 with a 10.95 ERA, 2.19 whip. Went 12 1/3 total innings pitched. Struck out 8, gave up 17 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned, 10 walks, and has had an opposing batting average of .309. 2-1 to Pimentel Guerrero. And that one is hit in the air into left field, but foul. So it'll be a 2-2 count. Pimento Guerrero played last night at second base. Was 0 for 4 with a walk and a reach on error. Two-two as big lead for Boynton at second base. Huge lead, in fact. Almost got a third of the way down the second base to third base line. Brock Boynton made Nick Shuddy throw back over to Donahoe. And the 2-2. And that is a slider that just misses outside off the arm of Shuddy. Brock Boynton only picked up his 4th hit of the season off that bunt. Does have 3 stolen bases. And that one is foul tipped and just missing the glove of Drew Birkeland, so not a strikeout. And Pimento Guerrero stays alive at 3-2. 3-0 Woodchucks still. And Donahoe throws it back to second base, but Pimento Guerrero's off to third base. And now he's going to not go home as that one escaped into center field. And the throw from Drugella got away from McGinnis at third base. So not covering the bag was either Donahoe or Holt. And now a runner is at third with 1 out here. And still a 3-2 count to Pimento Guerrero. 3-2. And that one's taken inside. That'll be a walk. So now Elias Fiddler comes to the plate with runners on the corners and only 1 out. First pitch outside fastball from Shuddy. Righty-righty matchup. Tying run at the plate here. Fiddler fouls off the 1-0. Fiddler so far tonight 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. The strikeout being off the left arm of Brian Reinke. 3 full from Logan Danzeisen, 3 full from Brian Reinke so far in this game. As Shuddy checks back over to first base and Pimento Guerrero. 1-1, 1 out still. And checking back over to the bag again and Colin Brigham was Nick Shuddy. But Pimento Guerrero not going anywhere. Definitely could steal, though. Hesitated for a second, but stays at first base. And that one misses inside and high. 2-1 count from Shuddy to Elias Fiddler, who walked back in the third. 1 of 2 walks allowed in the game by Logan Danzeisen. 2-1. Inside breaking ball. 3-1. Nick Shuddy came into this one allowing 5 walks so far this season, and Pimento Guerrero was the 6th. 3-1. And that one clips the lower half of the strike zone on the fastball for strike 2. Three-two, 1 out. Shuddy, ground ball over to Donahoe. 6-4, not 3 double play as Colin Brigham dropped the ball at first base. So that does score a run for Kokomo, their first of the game, off what should have been a double play, but Colin Brigham dropped the ball at first base. And that is an error on Brigham. So it won't be an RBI for Elias Fiddler, but he is now at first base because of the fact that Colin Brigham dropped the ball. It should still be 3-zip Chucks. And that one hit Noah Christensen on a breaking ball. Actually hit him this time. And he's now at first base. Elias Fiddler at second. So the Jackrabbits are on the board here in the 7th. It's a 3-1 lead for the Chucks. Nolan Christensen just got hit by a pitch. That's 2 back-to-back hit by pitches by Nick Shuddy on back-to-back pitches. And now bases are loaded here in the 7th. Coming to the plate is Carson Hesser, who has one of the 4 Jackrabbit hits today. Ross Davis, the pitching coach, heading out to have a chat. With Nick Shuddy. While that mound visit is going on, let's take a look at some other scores across the Great Lakes West. Madison and Traverse City dealing with some inclement weather in Michigan, so that game has still yet to start. Green Bay up 5-2 over Kenosha in the bottom of the 5th. They lost yesterday's game 1 to Kenosha 3-2. Obviously, Wisconsin Rapids already taken down Battle Creek today 13-3. Lakeshore took down Fond du Lac 9-5, and now the Chinooks have gone on a little bit of a winning streak after sweeping the Dock Spiders. And the Woodchucks up 3-1 here. First pitch fastball to Carson Hesser, misses outside. 1-0 count from Shuddy with bases loaded. Woodchucks need an out here. Shuddy, fastball for strike 1. Tomorrow night, the Woodchucks heading to Battle Creek to face off against the Battle Jacks for 1 of 2. In Battle Creek, Michigan. 1-1 swung at and missed by Hesser. He's down 1-2. That first pitch will be at 6:35 Eastern with Travis Lutz, the starter tomorrow night for the Chucks, facing off against the 9-18 Battle Jacks. 1-2. And Shuddy misses just low on a changeup. So tomorrow night, tune right back here at 5:35 Central Time on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. 2-2, 2 outs. Grounded to Brennan Holt, who scoops in and taps second base by himself. Big out for the Woodchucks to get out of this 7th inning bases loaded jam. Carson Hesser grounds into fielder's choice to end it. The Jackrabbits had 1, but Wausau still leads 3-1 after 7 here in Kokomo. We'll be back for the 8th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch. Or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Eric Perez still out there to pitch for the Jackrabbits, and Brett Witter grounds one into left field, and he has a single, his first hit of the night. He finally gets one past the infield after two hard-hit liners into the glove of Noah Christensen. That's a leadoff single to start off the 8th inning for the Woodchucks, who will look to be answering the one-run scored by the Jackrabbits in the 7th. And Brent Witter, the leadoff man, is aboard with the 7th hit of the game for Wausau. And that brings up Colin Brigham, who has 2 hits tonight so far, including a RBI double, which scored the first run of the game for Wausau. Takes low fastball for ball 1 from Perez, who has gone 2 full after 5 full from the starter Steven Schisler. It'll be 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8 here, as this one's popped into the infield by Brigham and caught by Christensen over at second base for out number 1. So Colin Brigham retired for the second time in this game. Brent Witter still at first base. And Jake Baker steps to the plate. He's looking to increase his on-base streak, which has been every game he's played in so far, all 10. And he takes first pitch fastball low for ball 1 from Eric Perez. The Phoenix College product from Phoenix, Arizona. 1-0. And that off-speed is in there for strike 1. Right-hander warming up in the pen currently for the Jackrabbits. 1-0 swung at over the head of Bonner at third base, and Witter is heading for third, slides in safely, and that is a single for Jake Baker. Second single of the inning, puts runners on the corners, and Jake Baker now has reached base in all 11 games played here in Wausau. The Woodchucks looking to add some cushion to this 3-1 lead. Jake Baker picking up his 8th hit of the season for Wausau. And Brennan Holt just needs to put one into the deep outfield to score Brent Witter, who does have some speed. 0-1, and that misses low for ball 1. The Baton Rouge, Louisiana native. As we're going to have a timeout called by home plate umpire Teddy Dutcher. Looks like he has something in his eye, so he will have to take a break for a second. And we'll resume a 1-0 count between Perez and Brennan Holt. Holt has 3 hits this season as Brent Witter's going to second. Good bunt by Brennan Holt. Coming home is Brent Witter, and the throw gets away from Eric Perez, trying to throw out Witter at first, or Holt at first. Brent Witter scores on the bunt by Brennan Holt, and that is a bunt single for Brennan Holt, an RBI bunt single. And it's 4-1 Chucks. Jake Baker over at second now, Brennan Holt at first. And field manager Johnston Hobbs for the Jackrabbits is going to make a pitching change, signaling to the right-hander. We'll introduce him when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The Jackrabbits have made a call to their bullpen and bring in Jesus Gonzalez, the right-hander. And his first pitch to the first hitter in the batting order, Brady Jurgella, who's up for the 5th time, a strike. Jesus Gonzalez from UNLV, Nevada, Las Vegas. And Jurgella in the air to left field. Going back to grab it is Nolan Christensen. Jake Baker can't tag up from second, so that is out number 2 and the second flyout of the game for Jurgella, who is now 1-for-5. As Jesus Gonzalez retires the first batter he faces off against. Gonzalez, the native of Henderson, Nevada. Looking to get one more out and hold the Woodchucks to only 1 run here in the 8th. But the Woodchucks, regardless, have answered the 1 run by the Jackrabbits in the 7th. First pitch, Jesse Donahoe, high on a fastball. Jake Baker still at second, and Brennan Holt, his hit got switched to an error, so the 3rd error of the game by the Jackrabbits. An error on the throw by Eric Perez. And this one is hit into the gap in right center. It's going to drop. Jesse Donahoe has an extra base hit. Baker has come home. Brennan Holt has come home. Donahoe's off to third base. 2 RBI triple for Jesse Donahoe. Split the gap in right center field. And Donahoe has put the Chucks up 6-1. Jesse Donahoe, his second triple in just 2 in 3 games. And after not having a triple through 23 games of the season. Wassa has it. Drew Berglund in the air to right field. Back at the warning track goes right fielder Brock Boynton, but makes the grab out there. Drew Berglund really pushed that one out to right field, but he makes the grab. And Jesse Donahoe picks up his second triple in 3 games. And the Chucks have 2 triples today, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored here in the 8th. It's 6-1 Wassa after 7.5. And the cushion has become a lot more comfortable for the Chucks, who are looking to split this series with the Jackrabbits. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are here. Summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch. Or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Why the fuck would I? Welcome back to the Woodchucks Baseball Network. 3 runs put up by the Chucks in the 8th, including a 2 RBI triple by Jesse Donahoe. Answering the 1 run scored by Kokomo in the 7th, and the Chucks feeling comfortable up 5. Nick Shuddy out for the second inning of work, facing off first against Camden Hayslip, who's 0 for 3, looking to avoid the golden sombrero, which, if you're unfamiliar, means 4 strikeouts in the same game. 2-1. And Shuddy's breaking ball is in there for strike 2. 2-2 count to Camden Hayslip. And the 2-2 swung at in the air, fouled off by Hayslip. McGinnis tracking it and makes the grab in foul territory. Hayslip retired for the 4th time. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. That 3-run frame by the Chucks comes at a big time. Jesse Donahoe picks up his second hit of the game. And this one grounded off by Philip Sirota. On the first pitch he sees, strike 1 given from Nick Shuddy. And the count is 0-2 after Sirota fouls another one off. 0-2 from Shuddy. Grounded foul right over toward third base coach for the Jackrabbits, Austin Alexander. Oh, 2 once again. Shuddy, fastball, fouled off by Sirota into the playground area. And Sirota stays alive at 0-2. Six runs on 9 hits, 1 error for the Chucks. And that is a breaking ball by Shuddy. Beautiful slider, and Sirota has struck out looking. Second strikeout of the game for Sirota. That's 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th for Nick Shuddy in the Chucks defense. And now with 2 outs comes Tyler Cate. And first pitch slider from Nick Shuddy, who obviously feels a lot more calm with a 5-run cushion in there. 0-1, misses low on a changeup, and the count is 1-1. 2 outs to Tyler Cate. Ground ball right back up to Shuddy up the middle. Can't stop it. Gets underneath the glove of Nick Shuddy and rolls into shallow center field to where Brennan Holt was able to run over there and stop it. But that is a 1-out single or 2-out single that leaves the Jackrabbit inning alive for now, as Brock Boynton will come back up to the plate. The right fielder, who's 1 for 3 with a run. Two different 3 spots by the Chucks tonight. One the second, now one just in the 8th. As Brock Boynton actually does get hit by a pitch this time, the exact same pitch that Shuddy threw to him the first time that Brock Boynton put his shoulder into it. That's the third hit by pitch by Nick Shuddy. So now Luis Pimento Guerrero steps in for the second time. And first pitch breaking ball in there for strike one. Shuddy, 1 2/3 so far. 0-1. And that's taken in the dirt by Drew Berkland, who's heading to third base and throws it over there on a hop to Mike McGinnis, but won't be able to beat out the steal from Tyler Cates. And now runners on the corners. As Kokomo is looking to try and cut into this 5-run lead a little bit before they'll have to head back out on defense if Shuddy can pick up one more out. 1-1. Another low fastball. 2-1 count from Nick Shuddy to Luis Pimento Guerrero. Walked in his first at-bat after coming in the game for Isaac Bonner. 2-1. And a breaking ball just misses outside. 3-1. The pitch on 3-1, grounded to Shuddy, who will chuck it over to first baseman Colin Brigham for out number 3, and the Woodchucks avoid a runners on the corners small jam, get out of it, and still lead 6-1 after 8 full innings played here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. We'll be back for the 9th to see if the Woodchucks can add a couple more to this 6-1 lead when we return here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Up 6-1. We're into the 9th inning here as Jesus Gonzalez will start his first full inning of work. After coming in for 2/3 of an inning to finish up the 8th. Colby Wallace leads it off for Wausau. And he's already down 0-2. As Colby Wallace, who had a triple in the fifth, the first of 2 triples in the game for Wausau. 0-2, outside fastball from Gonzalez. The 3 runs put up in the 8th inning, very comfortable cushion as Gonzalez goes fastball, misses before it even reaches the plate. And Gonzalez will throw the 2-1, fouled off by Colby Wallace. It stays a 2-2 count, rather. I said 2-1. That was incorrect. So we'll try the 2-2 once again. It'll be 4-5-6 for Wausau here as Colby Wallace swings through a fastball. Strikes out for the second time today. Nothing to be that worried about, though, because Colby Wallace has had himself a very nice night at the plate. That triple into left field was a second triple of the season for the Woodchucks. Then Jesse Donahoe hit a 2 RBI triple in the 8th, which was the second hit of the game. Mike McGinnis steps in, grounded over to Pimento Guerrero, or at third base now rather is Noah Christensen, as Pimento Guerrero over at second now after coming in. And at shortstop is Tyler Cate, so doing a little bit of reworking in the infield. Tyler Cate now at shortstop, Noah Christensen at third base, and Pimento Guerrero at second. First pitch getting away from Brent Witter for ball 1. One 0 count coming to the Evansville ace, Brent Witter, who takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Brent Witter today. One for 4 as he fouls that one off. His hit came in the 8th as he had a single. And he is looking to keep the inning alive for the Chucks, who are hoping to maybe keep some offense working. Up 5. Witter fouls back another pitch. And the count is 1-2. Witter takes that one. Low on a breaking ball. 2-2 count between Gonzalez and Witter. Colin Brigham on deck if we're able to get there. If Witter gets on base, 2-2. Witter fouls it off again. And he is staying alive really well in this at-bat so far. So we'll try the 2-2 once again between Witter and Gonzalez in just a moment here before Gonzalez reads what catcher Elias Fiddler wants him to throw. And the 2-2. Witter in the air into right field, but will go foul again. So Brent Witter really staying alive here well in this at-bat with this 2-2 count. Looking to not be the last out of the 9th inning before the Woodchucks will try and close it. 2-2. Witter takes inside on a breaking ball. And he will stay alive. 3-2 count now. As Jesus Gonzalez struck out Colby Wallace and forced a ground out off the bat of Mike McGinnis. And Witter hits this one deep into left field, but will be caught at the warning track by Nolan Christensen. That one looked like it had some juice off Brent Witter's bat, but was caught by the Jackrabbit left fielder Christensen. And the Chucks will need 3 more outs, spotting a 5-run lead to win this game and split the 2-game set with Kokomo. We'll come back for when the Chucks try to do that here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Three more outs needed for the Woodchucks to try and win this ball game as they look to split this 2-game set and win their first game since the Thursday night win over Lakeshore 9-5 in extra innings. They fell 10-2 against Lakeshore Friday night, and then last night here in extra 6-5 walked off by these Jackrabbits. And Roman Kuntz will be pinch hitting against new pitcher for the Woodchucks, Tyler Nickel, who's looking to come in for one full inning and get the job done. In line for a win as we speak is Logan Danzeisen, 1-0. And Nickel has missed back-to-back, and it's a 2-0 count. Nick Shuddy went 2 full, allowing 2 hits, the run, a walk, and a strikeout. 2-0. And Nickel misses well inside on a fastball that counts 3-0. Nickel recently committing to transfer from Coppin State to Northwestern State, which is very close to home for Tyler Nickel. Northwestern State in Louisiana. Member of the Southland Conference. 3-0 from Tyler Nickel to Roman Kuntz. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk. So first base runner aboard for the Jackrabbits here in the 9th. As we have another pinch hitter in the game for Kokomo, it's Jason Carrig. He's pinch hitting for Noah Christensen. And Carrig takes ball 1 just outside a fastball from Tyler Nickel, who has pitched 5 balls. He hasn't thrown a strike yet. Tyler Nickel coming in for the 6th time with a 1-0 record of 5.63 ERA, 2.5 whip, 1-0, and he missed outside again. 6 straight ball thrown by Tyler Nickel. He's gone 8 full innings, striking out 6, allowing 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 13 walks, and a .269 on base percentage. 2-0 from Nickel. And he still has missed 7 straight balls thrown. Tyler Nickel had a big problem with walks the other night against Lakeshore when he came in. And he has thrown 8 in a row. And that is back-to-back 4-pitch walks by Tyler Nickel. Jason Carrig walks. Roman Kuntz over to second base. And now the Woodchucks will already start warming up arms. First pitch, finally in there for a strike to Nolan Christensen. Christensen, who is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, has taken that one for ball 1. 1-1 count from Tyler Nickel. As Carl Raylam is warming up in the bullpen for the Woodchucks, the usual starter. And this one's ripped down the first base line by Christensen. With Kuntz at second and Carrig at first. 1-2 count from Nichols, looking for his first out of the outing. And it won't be there, as that one a near swing on a breaking ball by Christensen. Berkland had to check over to Cree Wallen at third base to make sure he didn't come around. He didn't. 6-1 Chucks here. 2-2 count. Runners on first and second. Tyler Nickel looking for his first out of this outing. Christensen. And it is a strikeout, but it's a drop third. And Christensen down, striking out. As it was dropped by Drew Berkland. He thought it was going to be fouled out, but it wasn't. Drew Berkland dropped the ball. So because of the fact that the base was occupied, it is not allowed to be a drop third strike. But runners do advance. So now Carrig at second and Kuntz at third. And if you're Tyler Nickel, you just can't worry about them right now. You can't. If you worry about them, that's only going to give you more problems. You have to realize you're up by 5 runs, and those two, if they came around to score, would not be the end of the world. Of course, you don't want them to score, but it should not be the main focus, those two base runners. It should be you versus the batter. Carson Hesser seeing the plate for the 5th time. The Jackrabbits center fielder. 1-0 from Nickel after missing outside on a fastball. And that breaking ball just misses outside. The Belle Chase, Louisiana native. 2-0. And that one's in there on a breaking ball for strike 1. Two-one count between Nickel and Carson Hesser. And that one catches the lower half on a changeup. 2-2. Back-to-back good pitches thrown by Tyler Nickel, who has seemed to start to find his spot. No double play ball in effect. Unless, of course, there's a line out. 2-2. And Hesser takes inside. That ball got away from Berkland at home plate. And sliding in safely at home is Roman Kuntz off the wild pitch by Tyler Nickel. Second run of the game for the Jackrabbits. And heading over to third base was Jason Carrig. So now it'll be a full count. 3-2. 6-2 game now. Nickel. That one's in there. A breaking ball catches the strike zone for the second now and the second straight strikeout. Carson Hesser goes down looking. And Brock Moss is going to call to the bullpen, I think, as he's heading out to talk to Tyler Nickel. Yeah, he's going to head to the bullpen, bring out Carl Raylam. Carl Raylam will come out to pitch for the Woodchucks, who will be looking to get one more out tonight. So very interesting move by Brock Moss, bringing in a usual starter in Carl Raylam. We'll step aside while he warms up, but there's 2 outs here in the 9th. Woodchucks need 1 more here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Carl Raylam comes into the game needing 1 more out, facing off against Camden Hayslip. And Raylam's first pitch misses low for ball 1 to Hayslip, who is 0 for 4 and has Jason Carrig at third base. Raylam's 1-0, swung at, fouled off by Hayslip. Carl Raylam, coming in for the 5th time this season, has made 4 appearances, all being starts. 0-2 record, 6.14 ERA, 1.98 WHIP. Has gone 14 2/3, 1-1. Fouled off by Hayslip on a breaking ball, and the count's 1-2. Raylam only coming in needing 1 out after Tyler Nichols struck out back-to-back batters in Christensen and Hesser. 1-2. And the fastball misses outside from Raylam. The Las Vegas, Nevada native and the former Coastal Carolina Chanticleer in the transfer portal at the moment is Carl Raylam. 2-2, 2 outs. And this one is hit down the right field line, just foul. That had chances for extra bases for Kokomo. And definitely would have scored the 3rd run. But instead it's a foul ball off the bat of Camden Hayslip. Carl Raylam did not pitch this past season for Coastal Carolina. Took a redshirt year. He's struck out 11 so far this summer rather. Given up 15 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, 14 walks. And has an opposing batting average of 268. He needs 1 out. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Raylam gets him swinging. 4th strikeout of the game for Camden Hayslip. And the Chucks have won this one 6-2. And have split this set with the Kokomo Jackrabbits, winning their 6th game on the road and are now 2-2 on the road trip. 6-2 win for the Chucks, 16-12 record now, and they will at least be tied for first place in the Great Lakes West still after today. Next time these two will meet is June 22nd and 23rd up in Wausau. Make sure to come back for a 6:35 Eastern first pitch or a 5:35 Central first pitch tomorrow night right here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network as stop number 3 and game number 5 of the 6-game road trip between the Woodchucks and the Battle Creek Battle Jacks. We'll be right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. But for now, thank you for listening. I'm Will Charlton saying see you tonight. See you tomorrow night. Right back here